Hey guys, how's it going? Jesse Macaluso here again, and in this video about this phenomena about the body that I've been studying, this phenomenon I just call activation direction because I have nothing else that I can think of to describe it. But anyway, this, for you to see what I mean by this, basically imagine that if you were to draw lasers off the ends of your fingers when you extended and wanted this thing to move, that they would just go off in a straight line. So if you went to go reach for something, and let's say like your way of reaching is like this, like that part wants to go out there, because if you drew lines off this, and these ones are going down, and this thumb's going off this way, so that's when these things are activated here. Okay, so now take that, and I want you to stand like, if you can imagine this is the heel of your foot, and I want you to open your foot and don't clench anything, but lean back a little bit to like where you almost fall and you like lose your balance. But then I want you to make sure that you bring your foot back down loose in a sequence like that. And if you can do that on both sides, kind of get yourself relaxed, you'll be able to activate everything a lot easier without having to push too hard accidentally. And, use your big toe as support, get everything nice and relaxed. Do this with your hands if you have to, like this T-Rex arm thing. The elbow is by my rib cage, keeping me stable. See, I just kind of like, you can kind of just lock right back into that if you get used to that. But anyway, now that I have all this activated, I'm going to breathe in, and when my chest expands, I'm going to extend up and suck my belly in too. Like I'm trying to make myself look skinnier and also tighten the muscle at the same time. And squeeze my legs together a little bit. That helps too. But ultimately, as long as you have a bunch of muscles activated, you should be able to see this. Now, I want you to make like a karate chop with your hand, and remember your elbows should be by your rib cage, not too far out. Keep this nice and in so you don't overdo it. When you breathe in and tighten that belly in and suck that muscle up and push your heel to the ground and do that sequence with your foot and act like you're kind of pushing on something with your palm here. That'll stand you up. And you'll feel that here. You might feel something loosen up there. And on the next breath, I want you to make like an L with your thumb and intentionally want your thumb to go that way. But I want you to take your karate chop and breathe in, tighten your belly, and push down hard like you're trying to push something down to the ground that isn't there. And try to move your hand to the outside of your body. Very difficult to do. As soon as I take my thumb and point it that way, I can do that, and it actually kept my foot kind of locked, and I felt something release in my thigh there. That's part of the thing that helped me with my sciatic nerve pain. There was something to do with that outward motion, but my thumb wasn't wanting to go that direction, so something else in my leg was trying to keep me. It's very complicated. I don't want to digress too much. But I want you to notice that when you activate your legs like that and your belly muscles, that the way your thumbs go, and if you push down, they'll want to go the way they're pointing, but not the opposite way. Likewise. If I'm activating everything and really pushing, I can't really go that way. There's some slippage because I can't maintain it, so I will fall a little bit. But I want you to see that if our fingers haven't been pointing the way, even the position of our thumb when we went and grasped for something, and the position of the other fingers, because when you, sorry, I'll stand this way for the light. When you reach out for something and pick it up and bring it in, there's a lot more going on at play in this biological mechanism that we inhabit than it seems like. Um, because for me to grab an object and bring it back in, not only am I controlling its up and down movement, I'm controlling side to side with my shoulder and elbow. I'm controlling up and down with my belly and all this here. And there's a lot that can get all mixed up if you're not being cautious of how you're moving and if you're using your body out of its range of motion. So if you take a good posture and then stand against an object that's 90 degrees to the ground, and you have your pinky up, everything's relaxed, don't have your elbow too far past your chest, have everything nice and limp, touch with your middle finger on an object. So this is all loose. I'm not putting any muscle here. All I'm doing is just touching this with the tip of my middle finger. And now I'm gonna take this knuckle that bends the thumb, and I don't want it to go too far past this knuckle, the first knuckle of the first finger. You just kind of squeeze them together lightly. And I'm gonna take that and push forward with those mostly. And my big toe and heel are gonna push to the ground. And remember, I have a bent knee and a tight belly when I do this, and sucking up a little bit. And I don't know if you could observe all that movement that was going on, but I'm barely touching the wall. I'm barely putting any pressure on the wall. All I'm mostly doing is bringing these two together with just enough force to kind of wiggle that finger. And I'm pushing forward with the two of them, like with the fingertips. Even when I kind of do that there and I push down, because I'm getting used to it now, I can just kind of make myself go back like that. And I think it has something to do with the way that our brain forms the virtual reality simulation that it does, because there's tons of things in the light spectrum that we can't see, so the world doesn't at all look exactly the way that we think it is. It's just the way we're able to pick it up. So the brain has to then make its simulation program for how to move within the space of this 3D dimension. So I think that there's a way that we can move the body that's within its range of motion, but if you decide something with your mind that you're going to move your hand at this part of space, you're just going to do it. And you're over time going to get used to, oh, well, I just want my hand here. And it doesn't really matter how you get it there, even if your other side of your body has to go weird and some muscles have to be constrained over here. You just get used to doing these sort of things. And I've got more techniques to show you, other ways of how to use this phenomenon, this activation direction thing, to release even more muscles. I got rid of my sciatic nerve pain with this idea here. So, and I had it pretty bad. I was a scooter rider for over 18 years, and I was a professional level. So I was always kicking the ground hard with my left foot to get myself speed. So eventually, it's just, wow, was it bad? Was it bad? When I felt that one release that one day, I knew I was starting to come up with something that not only could I help myself, but if I could help other people with this, just wow. But anyway, tell me what you think of this, and let me know if you have difficulty experiencing the phenomenon. But really think of when that thumb is activated, the direction that it's going, and how the hand wants to move when you're applying a force with the rest of your arm, have tight forearms, all that. Anyway, let me know what you think.